Um, Good morning. Oh, I haven't tried my voice and it doesn't work. Good morning. Still not so good. Hang on. I haven't spoken today. I didn't even speak to chicken. Good morning. Now it works. I've got to do that. I've got to remember to do that. Test my voice. Hey, Christine. How are you? Welcome to Psychic Cafe. I've got some unboxings to do. I've got some new decks. Well, I've got two unboxings to do. I've got the Goddess of Love deck here, which is brand new. It's still got the wrapper on it. We've got the Lover's Oracle as well, which has still got the wrapper on it. Hey, Nikki. And then there's two that I've already opened, which is Old Style Lenormand here. So I thought we'd play with those. There's this Mood Oracle, which wasn't quite what I was expecting, but it's pretty funny. I don't think I'm going to be able to use those in readings, but I'm going to show you anyway. And then I've got this that I opened last night, Book of Shadows. I really like this. There's two decks in here. I'll show it you all. Hey Jessica, hi Connie, hey Jasmine. Thanks for your donation, Nikki. Got in fast there. So yeah, I thought we'd open some cards this morning. Oh, thank you, Nikki. Apart from that bit under my eye, this morning's a bit dodge. Thank you. It is getting better with all the skincare and especially with using sunscreen now. So let's get some of these cards out for you all. I'll show you the decks that I've already opened first, hi. And then we'll open those other ones. So Lenormand, I was talking about this. Lenormand card system. The tea leaf cards, these ones, they are kind of based off the Lenormand system. It's different than tarot. But I got this one, not because of the designs and everything, but because it's got a little booklet in it, and I wanted a book with it, you know. And so there's a little book and there's the cards in it. So let's get some of these out because I want to learn about it, and I love a teeny tiny book. You just ordered the Love Oracle as well. Oh, awesome. I'm going to open it on here. So they're kind of cute. Very traditional kind of thing. So let's get a card out. Yeah, I don't really know that love deck at all. I'm interested in getting to know it. Got more love stuff going on in the energy update today. I was all fluffy today because it is rainy. We've hit rainy season now. Oh, let me show you. I got a new crystal as well. Because I went to see Crystal Man yesterday after my massage. Because I needed a new crystal and some new bracelets. Oh, I forgot to put my bracelets on. Hang on. So I've got this. And this. Two new bracelets. A jade and another thingy. Lapis. Get my crystals from the Crystal Man by the beach. This is black tourmaline. And he gave me this for nothing. Because he found it here on the island. He found quite a lot of them, in fact. And I picked this one. Look how humid it is in here. It's ridiculous. I blow dried my hair and I put so much oil on it. And it's just like... How cool is that? I like black tourmaline. It's very grounding. Clearing and stuff like that. It's good to have around when you're working online all the time. Electric appliances and all of that. It's good for that. But isn't that beautiful? And he's like, you can have it. And I'm like, you sure? He said, I just picked it up. Okay. It's gorgeous, isn't it? So this is going to be the crystal for the pick a card. I just thought we needed new crystals for the pick a card reads. Do some more shells as well. My shell collection is growing. So that's that. And it's kind of nice to have some darker colours, hey? So let's get some Lenormand out. Lenormand. Norman. So I'm going to use all the new cards today for this. We've got the Rider. It's number 1. The Rider. he's got 9 of hearts there. I wonder what that means. Oh yeah, I'm good, you know. That's right, I didn't do it last time, did I? Because I was sick. Yeah. So I had my vaccine like 9 a.m. on Tuesday and went to bed as normal, but I had a fitful, feverish kind of a night, feeling cold. But I certainly wasn't cold, you know. And my body was aching, and just you know when you've got like a fever and you can't sleep properly, and it was just like that. And I knew in the middle of the night, like there's no way I was going to be able to function the next day, not sleeping properly. Oh, and when I woke up, I woke up late, a headache and achy body. Everything was aching. Oh, I'm like, oh no, I'm staying in bed all day. And by 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I was all good again. Well, not good. I was still tired, but yeah, it was the end of the vaccine stuff. I went to go and pick up my post, the cards from reception here yesterday, and after I'd been to see the crystal man, and oh, there's a lot of staff in there. It was like a little hospital. Staff laying on the floor with blankets on them. Like, yep, they had it yesterday, so I think quite a few people have been like that. Just, you know, it's just like tired and a little bit fluey. Anyway, I was right. It didn't last long. Which was good. Let's read Rider out. Rider number 1. Rider is news, visits, travel, movement. This card brings important news. The neighbouring cards highlight positive and negative aspects of this news. Oh, we've got to get more out. We've got to have neighbouring cards. The Rider card may signal a way out of a future solution to a disturbing issue. This card predicts fresh ideas and business activity, new beginnings. In any case, it indicates that something will soon rush into your life, bringing change. In a people spread, it can symbolize a courier or a man with news. In a relationship spread, the Rider gives a clue that the near future brings plans for you to meet with someone who may bring some information. This card might mean a new love or flirtation. Concerning work, this indicates negotiations, business travel, connections, and receiving information. In terms of well-being, this card means quick recovery, a clear and flexible mind, activity, sport. In questions of finance, Rider symbolizes an authorized representative solving your issues and managing your assets. It's pretty good little book. So we need some neighboring cards then. Give us a neighboring card. What's the Rider about? What is the Rider about? So I did open the Book of Shadows Tarot last night. There's an As Above, So Below. So there's 2 decks. Started reading the book. I like it. I had to play around with the cards. Oh, it's a lady. Lady. Oops. Lady. She's 29. She doesn't look 29. She looks a bit older than 29. Yeah, so the pictures aren't like incredible, but I wanted the booklet more than anything. Sometimes here in Asia, it's hard to find original decks and booklets and stuff. So, lady changes the woman's personality, female gender, femininity. In a reading for a man, this card indicates a wife, lover, girlfriend, sister, mother, or daughter, someone who's important to the questioner, or a very close woman. In a spread for a woman, the card symbolizes herself. Sometimes it indicates serious changes in the near future. It can also mean yin, passivity, compliance, intuition, instincts, or nurturing. So it's the feminine traits. Okay. In a people spread, it means person with a pronounced femininity, a soft and gentle person who knows how to create coziness in the home and loves domestic life. In a relationship spread, it centers on the role of caring parent or partner or friend. In a work spread, this card hints at changes that require trusting your intuition and making unusual decisions. So being more feminine in the work. To be more flexible, look for a compromise. In matters of well-being, it speaks about favorable conditions and taking care of oneself physically and emotionally. Okay, so we've got news coming in. Feminine news? What does it mean? I need to get to know these cards better. That's what it means. I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to read from you cards. So take that as you will. I've got a message coming in for a lady or from a lady. Or that gets you into your feminine, maybe. Receiving. I thought it interesting. Nikki, did you watch the energy update today? I thought it interesting, my choice of words, because I used words in the energy update today that I don't ever use, and it's a certain word that someone used last night on Facebook. Hey, Karen. I didn't drink coffee on my sick day either, and that's a sure sign that I'm sick. If I don't make coffee, there's something wrong with me. I didn't. I just had I had a green tea in the morning, and I ate crap all day. Now these cards are not what I expected. This mood oracle. It's silly. It's not what I expected. And it doesn't surprise me, right? Because the cards that they show in all the advertising, you got like twin flame and crystals and meditation and stuff like that. And I thought it was going to be like that throughout the deck, and it's kind of not. They're kind of a bit rude, really. So I'll show you them, but I'm not gonna. I said in the energy update, it's a movement forward. It's something that happens today that kind of lets you know that someone's on your side or loving you, but it's not a hey baby, let's go. That's what I said. It's not a hey baby, let's go, but it's some letting you know that they're on your side or that they're protecting you in some way. I thought that very interesting. You know, because I record them in advance, and it's actually something personal that went on last night. It was very connected to that reading. So let's get one of these cards out. Please don't take offense. I won't read it out. I'll just show you. Because YouTube's listening. It's not watching that. I don't think it watches. I think it just listens. Yeah, so I don't know about these cards. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Just keep them under the table or something. And they're pretty much impossible to shuffle. What about this one? Oh, this one's okay. This one says concentrate on concentrating. No rudeness in this. Concentrate on concentrating. They're all just a bit silly, hey? I can read that one. I'll show you that on the bottom of the deck. They are pretty funny, hey? They are pretty funny. I'll show you another one. What the? Yeah, it's all a little bit like that, really. So, yeah. I thought they were going to be usable as a mood oracle, like, you know, for relationship readings and stuff like that. No, these aren't usable. Then we've got the Book of Shadows here, which is a pagan tarot. It comes with a book, which I like when it's new decks kind of thing. It's a really good book as well. And then two decks. And so one deck is as above. This is a pagan style tarot. This is the one that I was reading about last night. And so the major arcana are, for example, the goddess, of course, is the Empress. and the Book of Shadows. What's the Book of Shadows? While I get used to them, I'm going to have to look them up. It's the Hierophant. I thought it might be. The Hierophant, right? So spiritual lessons, shadow work. I like it. I like this deck. And then we've got the elements. So we've got water, the 9 of water there. Let's have a look at some more. Summerlands. This is the Fool. He's handsome, isn't he? It's a handsome fool. And 4 of air. So yeah, really nice cards. And then the as below is similar, but it's the original tarot. It's their take on the original tarot. So let's use both of those right now. I'm going to have to refer to the book. Let's get some cards out and see what these ones. I did do a reading for myself last night. Pain makes you stronger. Challenges, yeah, it does. It grows us. We become from it for sure. So we've got a message coming in that puts us in our feminine in some kind of a way. Receiving it. Maybe being passive and receptive, you know, rather than controlling and making stuff happen. And then we've got concentrate, but I'm not sure I trust that mood oracle at all as an oracle. And then we've got this elemental of water. So this is one of the court cards of water. So this is like, I'll read it, but I believe that this is like the Ace of Cups. This is like an injection of love. Love injection. I'll read it. Elemental of water. Morning, Natalie. Hi, Mr. Bowers. Hi, Jessica. Hi, everyone that I didn't say hello to, by the way. Elemental of water. Wow. Thanks. Someone else donated. So, Nikki, you've got some questions? Water, here we go. The element of water. Yeah. Elemental of water. Is it the elemental of water? I think it is. It says element, but I think it means the elemental. I'll just check. They're beautiful cards. I do like them a lot. The suit of water. Yeah, it's not the ace, it's the element of water. Lets you know that there's plenty of emotions involved in the situation. Anything could happen, and any one of them can turn from positive to negative at a moment's notice. You'll have to manage things carefully, but if you do, you'll generate a lot of useful energy. Yeah, I think it's being receptive. I think it's being open and receptive to this message coming in and not controlling it, getting out of our masculine there. Double donation. Cool. Let's get back to those and sort you guys out. Natalie! Thank you for your donation, Natalie. My little cards. Your current situation. Yeah, let's get some advice for you. Cash for questions. That's a good way of putting it. Well, I don't know what kind of situation you're in, Natalie, here, but you got jealousy, but still keep quiet. So I think this is around this situation. Be careful who you talk to. Thank you, Beth. I'm getting this is around the situation. This is about friends. Who you're talking about your situation to. Be careful. There's someone that is jealous. There's someone that is giving you contra advice because they don't want to see. I think you'll feel it anyway, but I'm getting stronger that someone is giving you the wrong advice on purpose, trying to lead you astray because they're jealous. So be careful of that. That's not about the situation itself, though. Tell us about the situation itself. Talk to someone imperfect. Talk to someone perfect. If you can find someone. No, it's not that. You're telling someone about this that isn't the person to tell. You've got someone in your life who they might appear like they care and they want the best for you and will give you good advice, but they're not doing that. So you have to talk to someone else about it. It still doesn't feel like about the situation. This feels around the situation. It feels like who you're talking to about this situation. If you want to tell me more about the situation, you can do, and I'll read into that. But that's just a whole load of advice around it. Like, really be careful who you talk to about it. Because we take people's opinions on, right? And really that's all we're asking for is opinions when we ask for advice or tell people about it. Tell me about your situation. I can help you more with that. Because it's interesting that your higher self would talk about around it, you know, around the subject like that. High self guidance for Beth. Thank you for your donation, Beth. It's a romantic situation. Well, you'd think so with jealousy, although it could be about money. Beth. Woo. Claim some freedom here. Beth, you're good enough for that. What have you been considering, Beth? You've been considering something, is what it feels like, to break free. It feels, I don't know, it feels like you could have had an idea about having maybe location freedom or time freedom, something like that. Could be about traveling or something like that, but you've had an idea. It could be definitely about your work, an idea of working in a different way so that you've got more freedom. Anyway, you are good enough for that and go for it. I was led to being free in a much bigger way by all kinds of signs. I was getting all kinds of signs of how I could live differently in resorts and stuff like that, and really encouraged to be free like that. And so I did. But understand that you've got to initiate it. So yeah, you're going to get all the clues and all of that, but there's going to come a point where you've got to take that leap of faith, and that's a stressful bit, right? That's the bit where we're like, oh hell, we've got to be the fool and we've got to dive in and take those risks and trust those signs. So maybe keep a journal of all the signs that you're getting about it to give you some confidence for taking that leap when it comes time to initiate. This is saying you've got to understand that you've got to initiate it, though. It's not like it's just going to be handed on a silver platter to you. What a stage. Hey, Maria. It's a romantic situation. Tell us about the romance. Give us something for Natalie, not about a friend who she's talking to. This romantic situation. Well, there's this. Natalie, a mirror reflection to you isn't necessarily good thing, but it's a mirror reflection, so it shows you something about yourself. So a very real romantic relationship here that you can be grateful for. Yes, that's the one, Natalie. That don't talk to that friend about it. They're jealous. Talk to someone else about it. Someone who's perfect. I don't know, or more understanding, not perfect, just someone perfect to talk to about it. No, it's a good relationship, warmth and strength and courage. Yeah, a heart opener, someone that mirrors you, someone that you'd be grateful for. Strong, brings out your strength. I would say go for that one if that's what you're considering. It doesn't feel like it's a long-term thing to me, but it feels like it's a good relationship for you, those lesson relationships that we need to get in. Because it's a mirror, and I was getting that it's not necessarily a positive one, but it's going to teach you something. Nikki, clarity guidance on the film The Great Escape theme tune dropping into my head when I woke up 2 mornings ago. The Great Escape. I used to play that in the garden when I was a kid. I watched the movie and it really inspired me, and I used to pretend that I was doing it, digging the garden up. What's all of that about? It's about letting go. Well, yeah, just as I was saying that, I was thinking, well, it was about my escape when I was dreaming, when I was playing that, dream playing it. It's about letting go. Cleansing. I need to get another couple of cards out. To open your heart? Yeah, it's resistance. Resistance to opening your heart. What you resist persists, that says, and guidance. There's an escape. Okay. Yeah. Okay. This is what it is. When we are, the importance of empowering ourselves, right? The importance of empowering ourselves is so that we can keep ourselves safe, so that we can open up. Because if we don't do that first, if we don't empower ourselves, we can't open up. And so it takes me back to my Byron days when I was a mess. I was a real mess. I hadn't learned to empower myself for anything. And then I had all these hippies saying, open your heart. Well, I did, and it was dangerous to do that. You can't do that, right? I was right to have resistance to opening my heart when I wasn't empowered, when I was still open to abusers and would just open up straight away. And yeah. Well, this is saying that the great escape is like it's like you don't need to escape it anymore. You don't need that resistance anymore because you've learned to protect yourself, right? There's a lot of what my readings have been going on about lately. Like today's was about red flag, green flags. When we are traumatized or abused or whatever, and we've had a hard time with this world, we can open our hearts way too fast and let anyone in. It's how we let narcissists in, because we give all our information away to them. We're an open book. We tell everyone everything. And then they use that information to manipulate us. And so it's not safe to be open when you're like that, but a lot of us are. And then we learn the hard way, don't we? We get hurt and hurt and hurt and hurt, and then we close down. That's a good thing to do, close down, while we're repairing ourselves, and we learn empowerment so that we can open our hearts. I did talk about it in today's energy update about we've got to presume that everyone is dodgy. And it feels like the wrong way around, because my narcissist told me, just trust everyone until they show you that they can't be trusted. It's like, yeah, but I've tried that and that hurts. How about the other way around? Don't trust anyone. Let them prove it to you and then trust them. Give them time. Let them earn it, So You've had guidance about empowering yourself, right? There's the escape thing. It's like you don't need to do that anymore. Do you know what I mean? I have an escape route. Have the running thing you don't need to do anymore because you can stand there and fight if you like. So it's about cleansing what's in the way of you opening your heart. And it's the run thing because you don't think that you're protected, but you are protected now. You protect yourself. You can tell when people aren't protecting themselves with their choices as well. Because they'll try and do like psychic protection and stuff like that. You know. Hey Timothy. Hey Gabe. So that's that. Question number 1. Oh, question number 2. General Nikki. Captain Nikki. Okay. Clear innocence. This is about niceness. Innocence and niceness, and how it's not really required. Another sign of trauma. When we try and be good people, nice people. It's like, why? Why? Why not just be ourselves? Why not just be authentic in every single moment? Did you know that? It's a trauma response to be nice. Because we don't feel worthy, is what it is. And so there's something about this, about the innocence, kind of a defensive innocence. It wasn't me, I'm not to blame, that kind of thing. It's not necessarily required. Maybe we got that from religion, you know, believing that we're going to be judged on some day, in some way, from someone. And so there's a need to plead innocent. In fact, we don't need to. We're all right being human, apparently. Yeah, your visions are kind of complicated. And face the situation, create. Something about this, about you not needing to prove your innocence anymore or plead innocent. And just being able to like go forth, gung-ho kind of thing, and create what it is you want and face a situation that you're not going to be perfect, you're not going to do it perfectly, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. You can do it imperfectly. Uninnocently. Meaning we trip up, don't we? It's like once you learn about codependence and you realize that you weren't doing a very good thing, even though you thought you were doing the right thing, or were trying to do the right thing by doing that. And then you find, oh, I've got karma from it because I wasn't doing the right thing, I was enabling. We can't presume to know what is good and what's bad, and we often are shown it's a mixture. It's always a mixture. So it's like let up on yourself and just go forth and create. Instead of trying to manage yourself in some kind of a way. Does that make sense? Hope so. Maria, high self-guidance on how to go with the flow. How to go with the flow. How to go with the flow. Oh, nice. So, doubt cancels abundance and compassion. This is beautiful because when we're in any kind of lack, that's when we can beat ourselves up the most, right? And what's that got to do with the flow? Well, when we're beating ourselves up, we're not going with the flow. We're trying to control it. We're trying to control ourselves and we're trying to control it. And best way out of that, because it's not about positive thinking and it's not about us reframing it. The best way out of it is self-love, and to go, especially if we're talking about money, right? Abundance can be anything, but if we're talking about money, something everyone can relate to. We've all been in sticky positions with money at some point, causing us to doubt it, causing us to worry, causing a lot of fear. And it's so hard to turn that around. And you can try positive thinking and you can try doing all the law of attraction stuff and all of that, but essentially you're still worried and scared about it. Well, the way out is this. It's the only way that works. It's the only way that I've found that works. It's compassion for yourself, because it really sucks. Like, everyone's been through it and we know how stressful it is. It really sucks and it's really horrible for us to go through it. We've got to do that for ourselves and say, this sucks. I'm so sorry, Claire, that you're in this situation. And like, tend to yourself, Maria, to make yourself feel better. Self-love is always like the way. It is. It sorts your energy out. It's like you don't have to have the mindset of a millionaire or whatever, or any of that. That's really cruel doing that. You've got to be compassionate with yourself, so that we can all apply it, right, when it comes to money, because we've all been there. But you can apply it for any situation. It sucks being single in a world full of narcissists, doesn't it? So have compassion for yourself. The answer is always self-love. So very often. And that's what's going to get you into the flow. So it'll start flowing, you'll start flowing with it, tending to yourself instead of trying to change it or trying to change yourself. And encouragement, forgive them and encourage her. Why? Oh, so it's someone that appeared very positive in your life, but led you astray. A very positive person, very encouraging, but kind of led you astray. Like, if you had a friend who always believed in you and got you to do stuff that you like weren't ready for, or got you to invest in things that were like not a good idea, just because they were so positive, like Pollyanna positive. You got a friend that's Pollyanna positive, or just someone that's encouraged you like that, and they've actually led you astray. So this could be a law of attraction teacher. It just could be someone that is just extremely positive, like naively positive, like that. It's interesting because I did a couple of private readings yesterday. One of them was said something like that too. That it was actually a business advice reading that I was doing, and I gave them two sides of it. Like, a law of attraction coach would tell you this, but the right business advice is actually this. And sometimes when it's nice to listen to those law of attraction teachers, because it makes us feel better, it makes us feel positive. But if we act on that advice, then we can sometimes make really stupid decisions. Just like doing something in business and hoping for the best. That's what a law of attraction teacher would tell you. In essence, they wouldn't put it that way, but that's not a good business decision. A good business decision is to take a look at it and see where the pitfalls are, and where the risks are, and think about it and go into it. So I'm just feeling from this is there's things that are keeping you out of the flow like that. And that's a tricky one, because if you've had someone very positive and encouraging around you, you might not realize that you're not happy with them. You're not happy with the situation. Because how can you feel bad about someone that's so positive? It's when resentment and negative feelings can hide. Because shouldn't we feel good about a positive person? Something like that. Flowy things for you. Right, cross-eyed. Hi, Alana. Hi, Past. Huh. Readings aren't clear today. I need to move this. Concentrate on concentrating card. It's bugging me out. I'm not going to be able to use this deck. I can feel its energy and I don't like it. I just don't like it. So off you go. That's the original question. Yeah, it might be less confusing. You're welcome. Sorry to make you go cross-eyed. What have we got here? We've got a message from someone. Gets us into our feminine. In other words, we've just got to kind of accept it. Just take it and go, thank you. And the elemental of water. What did that say again? I can't remember. Let's get another card out. Two cards then. The 8 of air and the 2 of earth. Oh. Help if I change the camera. 8 of air. On these cards, beautiful. Well, she's looking very serene there. She's looking held to me. In a positive way. Not like the 8 of swords. She's looking held in a positive way to me there. 8 of air. Gotta get used to this book too. 8 of air, meditation. Meditation is arguably one of the most useful skills a person, which or not, can practice because it has so many uses. The most basic is to help calm the mind and focus on our connection. Concentrate with the divine. Others include journeying, visualizing, and mental magic. Meditation. 8 of air says not to underestimate the power of our mind. In this situation, the mind is key. First, calm it. Do not let it obsess. Second, focus it. Decide the best way to employ its power. Finally, control it. Maintain the connection. Keep it on task. The shadow side of this card indicates the mind has rather gone amok. While thoughts are allowed to run rampant and out of control, they create chaos and havoc. It's the overthinking, right? It's really beautiful, Jessica. And it's different. I like when there's something different about it. That's why I like the Light Seers and the Muse Tarot so much as well. It's just that, just a little bit different. And this is too. And I've got greasy fingers. So this is telling me not to overthink it. There's a message coming in, whether it's from someone or from the universe. It seems to be about love. It gets us in our feminine, or the advice is to be in the feminine and just receive it. Don't try and do anything with it. Certainly don't overthink it. Let's not start causing chaos by overthinking it and watching too many readings about it. Don't do that either. That can really mess us up too. Or pulling too many cards about it, you know. Does anyone else do that? Or is that just me? No, I'm actually get better at it now. I don't bother so much. I find that my guides tend to get the messages through, especially, that's why I'm still doing the dailies, because they're so good for me. Like today's is really good for me. Because I recorded that when? I don't know. One day. So I don't need to kind of pull readings for myself and confuse myself. Which is good. Now we've got the 2 of earth. Look at this one. Cute. What's that? He's going to go and have a look what it is. Show us. 2 of earth. Beach. The beach, where the earth meets the ocean, where stable land gives way to shifting sand, leading out to water and an alien-like world. Like the places that Hecate rules, Hecate Akati, I don't know how to say it. Rules. The beach is a liminal place, a portal from one world to the other. Oh, like the feminine. The space is not always clearly defined either. The tides move in and out, constantly changing the boundaries and creating new temporary environments. Tidal pools are filled with mysteries and treasures. There's a sense of entering an exotic world filled with beauty and dangers that we know little about. I love the beach. The two of earth is balance, water, and earth. Ah. They live here as equals. Ah. The earth does not contain the water entirely, and the water does not destroy the earth. Our physical experience and our soul can balance and nurture and enhance each other. And in fact, that is what this card calls for. Shadow side of this card indicates that the body and soul are out of balance or disconnected. Extreme habits or practices are causing determent to not only itself but the other as well. Well, how interesting is that? Balance of water and earth. My man's a water sign, I'm an earth. I like that. Balance. Great cards, aren't they? Gorgeous deck. So that's the As Above deck. My day this past few days led me to an aha moment today. And after I realised it, I felt like my angels guys were like cheering and high-fiving. I think all of our guides do that. It's like, she's got it at last. Put our feet up. We can put our feet up now. We do get a lot of repeats, don't we? We do. Yeah. The guys throw out the same cards if you don't get the message. They do. You'll have seen that in my readings as well. I know if the same card comes out, it's like, oh well, I didn't deliver you the right message then. Yeah, I get this deck, it's beautiful. Natalie, will G come back in? Want to start a life together? G. Will G come back in? No. What's going on? What's going on with G? Yeah, allow yourself, Natalie. Allow yourself to heal from it, to be okay about it. Not the best for you. There's better for you. No, it's not a rerun. It's not something that you need to go back to. Something is coming in that will fulfill you. That's much better for you. So we don't need to go backwards. There's always better and better with everything, you know. It's like, if you think of it like career progression, you know, like going to primary school and then going to high school and then going to college and then going to uni and then getting like your first job and then getting a promotion and all of that. We don't think, is primary school coming back? We don't, do we, right? Because we know it's a progression. We know we don't need to go back. But it's exactly the same with everything else in life. We don't need to go backwards. Why would we need to go backwards? We progress from there and then we get better and better and we choose better. So it feels to me like G, sure, had things for you and hopefully as we progress and progress, it gets better and better and better. And so in a way, we kind of would be prepared to go backwards because it wasn't that bad, you know? But there's even better. We can always go forward. There's even better. So if you think of it as a learning progression kind of thing, and especially around partners, we learn from them and we learn what we really want and what would be better. And we learn about ourselves because, of course, relationships are about learning about ourselves and loving ourselves. We take that to the next level. Then the next relationship comes in that's even better. Is there ever an end game? I don't know. Hi, Nicola. Good to see you too. Nice to see so many people in here. I have to get sick more often. No, I think it's because I'm talking about it more in my readings now. Devil made me do it. Nikki. Yeah, another lesson. But I think I've said it before in my readings, is I know people want to hear it, and it does come out in readings about reconciliations and all of that, but it's very rare that it actually happens because of that very reason. Because we tend to have got the lesson. But of course, Mercury retrograde brings them back. So I got a message from, yeah, it was when I was on Monday, wasn't it? On here. My ex messaged me. No, haven't even looked at it. No, it's a no from me. And then the other night, another ex messaged me. This one said, I miss you. I'm like, no, I'm not going there either. I'll talk to him, but no. Mercury retrograde does that. I think it's the universe saying, are you still stupid? Or are you prepared to go backwards? And all of that. Don't do it. Forwards. Forwards. I think I did everyone, did I? Nikki, I'm waiting for your question, I think. For your original question. So, as below, so below, this is the so below deck. I might still read this out of the book because even though it's the original tarot, I like reading other people's interpretations. I do. Two of Wands. Oh, I keep on doing that, don't I? Get my scenes right. Two of Wands. Hocus pocus. This is a looking on. So to me, it's about a choice to make, two paths to take, two actions that you could take. Which one shall we do? It's very concise. This book on the tarot, the tarot part of it. I like the way it's laid out. Oh, it's kind of hard to find. Here we go. I was on the right page already. Trying to turn the page and I was on the right page already. Two of Wands. To accomplish anything, whether magical or otherwise, it's necessary to have a clear vision of the goal and to gather the necessary resources. This woman focuses her thoughts and her will, represented by the athame and the wand. On her desired outcome. She focuses her thoughts and her will on a desired outcome. She looks within to find her connection to universal energy. Gathering energy while refining your vision. Reverse means changing your mind and losing focus. To me, Wands is about action, and it's about where we put our action and making a clear choice on which way to go. It's like, do you want to go left or right? The lizards are wondering, which way is she going to go? What's she going to take action on? Which is the right way to go? Whichever way you choose and then take action on. Whichever one you'll do, right? It's like when people ask about losing weight or whatever. What's the best way to lose weight? Well, whatever you're actually going to do is the best way. Whatever you're actually going to do. What's the best diet for me? The one that you're going to follow. The one that you're going to enjoy the most, the one that you're going to follow. That's the best diet for you. What's the best exercise for you to do? The one that you'll actually do. The one that you enjoy enough to actually do it. It's always the way, and that's what I'm getting from this. It's like, what's the best choice? The one that you're going to do. This is why I've got to know ourselves. We've got to know ourselves like we know a child. So we have a child when they're young and they can't make decisions for themselves. We get to know them and what they like and what they don't like. We're very focused on them. We get to know them. And then when someone maybe steps over the boundary or something like that, we can stand up for them and say, she doesn't like that. Like, leave her alone. She doesn't like that, because we know them. It's like we've got to do that for ourselves, is what I'm getting from this card. We've got to know ourselves so that we can step in and use reason and say, well, I wouldn't like that, so I'm not going to go that way. Because it's not really me. It's not really what I would choose. We keep on getting this message over and over again lately that we have to use our minds and our action more than our feelings. I think a lot of us have been in our feelings a lot and trusting them. And then as we unravel the codependency, we're like, I can't trust my feelings. So what can I do? I can get to know myself and I can make really good decisions for myself with my mind and actions, especially of what you'll take action on, like knowing ourselves. If you're not going to do something, you're not going to do something, and you know it. If you are going to do something, you are going to do it, and you know it. You know? Well, how does this pertain to all of this? It's interesting, isn't it? Because I think this is saying don't overthink it, right? But there's a balance to be had here between the feelings and between between the water and the earth. And that's the choice card, right? Balance. Not fighting against each other, but the balance between the water and the earth there. And then we're bringing action into it. Well, which one are you going to take action on? You need to know that. Am I explaining this right? It's taking me back to a private reading that I did as well. About if you're taking on a job or a business, right, you need to know yourself of what you like doing and what you don't like doing so that you don't get yourself in a role, especially if you're starting a business. So you don't get yourself in a role that you're not going to like. So I started off Be Healing. It started off as Byron Bay Neurotherapy, and it was just me and my equipment, one-on-one practitioner. And then I added my readings and my massage and all of that to it and got a shop and then transitioned to the online readings and energy healings. Then, as I was getting more and more traction online, readers started to contact me saying, never even thought of doing emailed readings before. Can I work with you? And I got a yes from my guides to that. And so I ended up having a team of people, of readers working for me. And I didn't like it. I soon got over it. I didn't like that my job changed from doing what I love doing to being a people manager. I just wasn't enjoying that. Being a people manager. I didn't choose that job, but it required me to get into that to realize this is not for me. And so I let them all go. Went back to me, about Be Healing just being about me and my work. Much prefer that. And so we've got to know stuff like that about ourselves so that we don't get ourselves into situations where we're taking on roles that we don't like. Hi, Penny. And hi, Sherry. And so even though this is saying kind of don't overthink this, here we are overthinking it. I'm getting from this that we need to know what suits us, what's compatible with us. We need to know ourselves. It's part of that self-love thing. It's part of tending to the inner child, is knowing the inner child of what you like and you don't like. I don't like sprouts. I never liked sprouts. And that's all right. I've got to know that about myself, right? But there's other things that I don't like and that I do like, things that are compatible with me and not. Hey, Chrissy. And not compatible with me. So we've got to know that, right? We've got to know especially what we'll take action on. In other words, if we're choosing something because we think we should, or we think it'll be good for us, but it's not aligned with things that we like and things that we know we'll actually do if we're honest with ourselves, or that we won't do. Or we're just going to know ourselves. Just of what we'll take action on. Anyway, I've said that. Who's this? Oh, it's the moon. It reminds me of me, this. Like whenever I do, when you do like guided meditations and they get you to go to a special place. It's always by some water like this, and there's always a wolf there for me too, with rocks around it. I sit on the rocks. Just had a weirdness then. Moon. What does she say about the moon here? She? Yeah, Barbara Moore. Barbara, I like your cards. The moon at the back of the book. Oh, there's a new moon spread there. I'll check that out later. The moon. The moon is beguiling and magical. It can reveal amazing, mysterious. However, wandering around in the moonlight is in an unknown environment. It's very shiny, this book. Is dangerous, as its light conceals more than it reveals. Oh. In such a landscape, it's easy for the mind to see monsters and fears where they may not exist. It means an uncertain situation, both fraught with deception while revealing important truths. In reverse, it's about being purposely deceived. So there's uncertainty, and we've got to tread carefully here. In other words, like, get to know yourself. Take it slowly, because you've got to get to know yourself too, especially if we're talking new situations and things you haven't experienced before. Like, so if this reading were to be for old me, when people got in touch with me, readers got in touch with me saying, can I work with you? This is telling me, like, yeah, but tread carefully, take it slowly, give them a trial period kind of thing, and then to see if you like it, not to see if they can do it or whatever, which was kind of my mindset at the time, to see if I like that role. Does that make sense? See you, Natalie. Thanks for coming. Oh, everybody, join our Facebook group as well. Join our Facebook group where we stay in touch. I'll find the link for it right now. Natalie, before you go. It's called Psychic Cafe, No Muggles Allowed, and here is the link for it. So there's something unknown about it, right? So if it's a new experience that we're headed into here, we've got to dip our toe in. But like it said, when we can't stride forward when the sun's not out. We've got to take it slowly because the moonlight can hide things. We've got to take it slowly. Give ourselves a trial period, maybe. Just take it slowly. We're talking about relationships here. We've got to get into them slowly, especially giving people time to reveal themselves to us, especially if you've been in toxic situations before. Like I said, we've got to presume that they're all narcissists. We've got to presume that our hearts are going to be attracted to the worst person in the room. If we suffered abuse, we have to be that real with ourselves. Protect ourselves. And then tread forward. When we don't see those red flags, and it's like, this one might be okay, still tread forward carefully, because we're headed into unknown territory here and we can easily trip up. Chrissy, thank you. Thanks for your donation. Nikki, not seen. One from you. No, there isn't one. Chrissy, questions about your upcoming business. You're writing children's books, but didn't talk about that. You've had a session with me, haven't you? I feel like we've talked about this before. I'm getting deja vu. My question is about my upcoming business. I'm writing children's books about self-confidence, self-esteem, and astrology insights for parents. Cool. That does sound interesting. Let's find out. Thanks for your donation. Oh, you didn't donate. You sent me a money request. You asked me for money, Christine, instead of the other way around. Let me just cancel that. It's 808. Oh, don't want to send money. I want to cancel it. There we go. Don't worry, it happens. Sherry, thank you. Chrissy, you need to donate, honey. Let's do it for you, because I trust that you will. Let's get you down here. So, Chrissy, well, let's ask about one of them. One website? One website? Yes, one website. I was thinking that. Tell us more about it. It's easy to manage when it's one website. You don't have to work twice as hard to get people there, you know, more traction. That's from a business point of view. Someone that's worked online for a long time. Nice. Make it about you. Make it about you. Yeah. So, yeah, the website about you and your works kind of thing. So this, I think you're going to be diversifying and adding more to it. This is why not two websites, one website. You and your work, but you don't have to call it like mine's called Be Healing. You can call it something else, but still the focus is you and your works kind of thing. A celebration of you. I like that. Yeah, because you need to celebrate you. It's like, I made this, and this, and this. It's that kind of an energy, you know, who you are, putting your own personality into it, because that's what's going to attract you people. Yeah, you didn't fail. There's lots of people that fail at PayPal. Don't worry, it's not just you. It can get confusing, all of the online stuff. Facebook's terrible for me at the moment. It hardly works at all. Like Pages Manager on Facebook, you can't navigate it. You can't get from like messages to anywhere else. You've actually got to go up in the top bar of the browser to get out of it. It's unnavigatable. Even if you click the home thing, it doesn't take you to the home page of Facebook. It's really bad. It's really bad to use. It's very hard for me to use. I've just kind of got used to it that some things just don't work now. And if I can't get to my notifications on a business page on it, unless there are some outstanding notifications, and if I click on some of the notifications, it says the content isn't available or it's unavailable to me, even though it's like my content on my page. It's really bad to use Facebook. Thank you, Awakened Dreamer. Chrissy, this is about your website as well, knowing be artistic. So it's about you and being creative and putting your personality into it, and it being about you, because it needs to be a celebration of you because you're great. It's about time, to celebrate yourself and to put yourself out there like that. Also, with things like that, if you're starting off a business, say, that is sellable afterward, you wouldn't necessarily do it like that. But when we're talking about you creating things like that, it's like my business too. It's about me, and all of the stuff that I'm creating now is going to keep on paying out later, and so it's mine. It's not like I'm going to sell the business. So it can be about you, and it's better that way because like your vibration goes into it, and that's what's going to drive it. And so you can be really creative with it as well. I would work on it very closely. Like, don't let it be someone else's vision as well, because you know what it is that you want. You've probably already had a vision for it, haven't you? Your website, and you'll know what you want it to be like. I'm getting like a quirkiness to it that's just absolutely you, and it's really going to help attract your people. Thanks, Chrissy. I've got it. Sherry, guidance and love for Sherry. Love guidance. Oh, scapegoat. Scapegoat. Sherry. Been scapegoated. How do we get scapegoated? Well, it starts by being around people that have got like narcissistic personalities or abusers or anything like that. We end up, if we're not joining them with a scapegoat, that's how it starts. And then how it continues is what we're doing then to continue it. It's that propensity to take too much responsibility for everything and everyone. Then we get the blame. If you think about it, if someone says like, don't worry, I'll do that and I'll do that, and then they don't do a very good job of it because they're trying to do everything, we're still going to blame them if it goes wrong, if they don't do it right for us, because they've said that they're going to do it. And that's that kind of an energy, is when we will step in, when we will take too much responsibility for people, we'll end up getting the blame for it because we've done that, And so there's something inside of you here that needs to be healed to stop you from doing that. Why do we do that? Why do we take too much responsibility? So why do we go into relationships and do far too much of the work? Why do we, take on other people's healing and that kind of thing? Why are we like really perceptive about other people when we meet them, and then we go in there and then try and help them instead of just being perceptive about them and leaving them to it? Because it's codependence. Because we gain our self-esteem through that. We think it's our role. We think it's a good part of us, right? The awareness is a good part of us, but stepping in isn't. Stepping in to do it for them, it isn't. So that is the scapegoat. You need to remove yourself from that. What's this got to do with your love life? Well, when we do that, we end up attracting the wrong people. Getting attracted to the wrong people. Oh, I can see it so clearly now. I used to be attracted to the masses. Really? Because I was interested in that, and so I was looking at people and going, oh, this one's a mess. That's interesting. And being attracted to them. Like I said, we've got to be careful about our feelings. It can really lead us astray. Tons more. So you've got to get out of that scapegoat, and I do. It's scapegoat, codependency. They're all enmeshed together. Has everyone been watching Patrick Tian? Tian? I like his work. It's very clear about it all. Do you want a reading, The Awakened Dreamer? You've also got No Worries and Passion here as well, Shari. So yeah, you are going to get what you want. You've just got to, at the moment, you got to heal yourself and detach yourself from the stuff that's getting you into the wrong relationships. It's not that you can't not have the passion. Do you know what I mean? So you might be getting into the wrong relationships because of these codependency patterns that you've got and the scapegoat patterns that you've got, and then incorrectly thinking, it's the passion that I've got for someone. It's my passion that's gone wrong. It's not your passion that's gone wrong. You will find passion with someone that's healthy, but in the meantime, you just kind of need to withdraw from the game while you sort yourself out, with regards to codependency and scapegoating. So I hope that makes sense. But don't worry about the passion thing. You will have it all. It's not about the passion. Yeah, it's like when we get scared. It's like when I first moved to Australia. I bought myself a VW combi to kind of live in while I was traveling down to Byron, because I arrived in far north Queensland and was helping out charity thing up there. And I was living with this Aboriginal couple up there, and she said that someone had been murdered, right? That was in a camper van, and she said to me, "Be careful." When I bought that, she was like, "Be careful," as if I was going to get murdered just because I was in a camper van. And it's like, why have I got to be careful because someone was murdered in a camper van? It's like, it's probably so many people get murdered in jeans, but I don't put my jeans on and think, shit. Right? There's that association. This is saying, don't worry about the passion thing. It's not associated. It's jeans and combis. Doesn't mean you're going to get murdered. Jeans and combis. Nikki, have you gone to sleep? Answer me in your dreams. Jessica, thanks for your donation. High self-guidance for you. Why are you all talking to people today? Got so many talk to someone cards coming out here. Talk to someone, clear it. Oh, you got someone to confront here, someone to talk to. This is not someone to avoid. I feel like this is someone you've been avoiding. You've been avoiding a conversation, but you do need to talk to them about it. Feels very uncomfortable to me. You need to clear it. You need to talk to them about it and clear it. Whatever uncomfortable situation it is. I feel like you're wanting to kind of walk away from it at the moment, ignore it, and thinking that's the best way. And like sometimes that is the best way. Like when we're talking about narcissists, confrontation isn't the best. But in this particular case, your higher self is saying you do actually need to talk to them, something to be cleared there. So it might be that you need to empower yourself, stand up for yourself, kind of thing. And trust yourself and nurture yourself in that situation too. So doing the right thing for yourself. Or it feels like someone that you need to stand up to about your self-care kind of thing, and say to them that's not all right, or I am going to put myself first. It's something like that. Could be a masculine kind of energy, not necessarily a man, but a masculine kind of an energy. You know, that kind of frame of mind where how we feel doesn't even matter. So you don't need to put yourself first. This is like trust yourself, nurture yourself. Yes, you do need to put yourself first, and you know it, and stand up for yourself in that. Does that make sense? For your current situation, I mean. I don't mean it makes sense in the English language. Penny! Nikki, still waiting for your question. I'm pretty sure you've fallen asleep though. Penny, thanks for your donation. High self-guidance for Penny. Ooh, this is different. You're not talking to someone, you're writing something down. Get what you want, write what you want down. No, not write what you want down. Write about getting what you want. Okay, so this is like, don't list it. Write the story of you actually, of it arriving. Oh, guess what I ordered? I ordered my iPad mini, my new iPad mini, to replace my iPad mini 1 that hasn't had an operating system update. Wow, that's been on my list for a long time because I was waiting on Apple to update it. Anyway, you might have a list of all the things you want, including an iPad mini or whatever's on your list, and it's saying go about it in a different way. Write down actually getting what you want. How you like it arrived today, this is how I feel, and this is how I'm using it, or whatever. If we're talking about relationship, then write down how you're going to feel when you get it. Bizarre, because I keep on having like visions about a particular thing, a particular event. You see, last year, when I was going through a breakup, I think he'd just left the island. Yeah, I think he'd just left the island, Mr. Last Year. And there's this festival, and I did my ritual on this boat thing, and I asked for my man, my true man. And then after I'd wandered off the beach, that's when I saw Mr. Handsome. I saw him right after that, smiling at me as usual. Didn't put two and two together, but in my dreams, it keeps on being about that festival this year, and us getting together then. I don't know. There might be something about that, about you. You might be having visions about it too, or you could use that, imagining it, right? But it says write. It says write it down, so I do it. Do what your higher self says, and then, oh no, then you've got to wait and patience. Then you've got to wait for it. It's like the iPad mini, and you just got to wait for it. Took me a while to manifest Apple updating that one. And you just got to wait for it and have patience. 2 sucky cards out at once. But that should make you feel better, writing down the story of actually it coming in. Yeah. Could be about relationships for you. Because I know at the moment you're pouring over and it's great what you've done, like empowering yourself. And it's good that we process that and all of that. But this is your higher self saying, get focused on the next now and write down actually it coming in for you. Gabe, higher self guidance for you. Thanks for your donations, guys. Crystal Man says that this is rainy season started now. He said it's going to be bad this year. He knows. It's all spiritual and shit. And he said he's lost his mind since the second vaccination. He didn't have any aches or anything like that. He said, but he can't remember the name of some crystal. It's like his mind isn't working properly. I haven't heard of anyone having that side effect. Anyway. Gabe. You know what's going to fulfill you, Gabe? It's a combination of guidance. This isn't your guidance about being fulfilled. This is about you being a guide, you helping people, you using that side of yourself, that aware side of yourself to help people. and your creativity. It's a mixture of those two together. You might not have added that into it, or you might have thought it's this or my creativity. It's not. It's both of them together. That's going to really fulfill you. Mixing them together. Isn't that interesting? Because it's like me doing the videos now. I really like it. And I always liked talking to the camera. I always did. And photography. In fact, when I was a kid, I said that I wanted to be a cameraman. Cameraman. But adding the guidance with something to do with filming just seems right for me. There's something like that for you as well. There's a combo. There's a combo. You've not put them together yet, but there's a combo that's really going to fulfill you. That could be interesting to delve into. Oh, maybe you have had an idea about it then. You're just not believing in yourself enough to follow it. I do feel like you need to piece it together. I don't think you've got the full picture yet, but do follow those ideas, because the more you practice, I mean, it took a long while for me to get myself to this point where I'm actually really in on the videos and stuff, but and even now that's developing. This is the key to it, believing in yourself and just giving it a go. Like I said to someone else, we don't need to be perfect. Maria, was it? Don't need to be perfect. We can just do it and get creative and try these things, put it together. That's interesting. So no writing or waiting for you. It's everyone else today. Mix it up. Thank you, Awakened Dreamer. Do you want a reading? Have you got a question? Want some general guidance? Thanks for your donation. So what were we talking about here? The moon. Yeah, things not being really clear because it's new to us. But we need to know ourselves better so that we can make good decisions for ourselves. I've still got to do the unboxings. Better hurry up. I'm just getting into these cards. And then we've got chalices. 9 of chalices. I guess that's the 9 of cups. Happy birthday. Gifts. Wish fulfillment. Nine of chalices. Chalices. Or is that... No, because it says cups. No, 9 of cups says chalices on it. Okay, how confusing. One of the first acts of magic every child learns is to make a wish. You squeeze your eyes really tight, it really helps as well. When they blow out the birthday candles, it's like me making a wish when I did my boat thing last year. This birthday girl seems to, when I'm saying boat thing, I mean, what are they called? I've lost my mind too. This birthday girl seems to have already, this birthday girl seems to already have her wish. She wished for cake or wine. Based on the happy and heartfelt companions around her. She wished for companions. Meaning, the divinatory meaning is material, emotional, physical well-being, the traditional wish card. Having plenty but wanting more, greed, is reversed. Wish, make a wish. Or you've made a wish. And anyway, the universe knows what we want. What we want. It knows better than us. Our higher selves knows. They know better than us. They can piece it together. We don't need to ask for it. Well, let's get this out. Let's do the unboxing now. Goddess of Love Oracle by Wendy Andrew. Does anyone seen this deck before? Now more than ever, it's time to open our hearts and remember that we are love. Goddess is the source, the limitless flow of love that created and cares for us. Hear her. She's calling you. Oh, let's find out. I've cut them already. Cut the plastic, I mean. Oh, it's got a booklet too. Gotta love that. Download that. No. Enough crap on my phone. Pretty. Authenticity. Let your truth be heard. Awakening. Live in the moment. So let's shuffle these up and see what message we get from these. First card out. It's a nice box. Wendy Andrew. Anyone got any Wendy Andrew cards? I'm just going to shuffle for a little bit longer because they're all stuck together. Hey, Jackie. I might start training again today. Had a great massage yesterday because I was so relaxed from not training since Monday. She gave me a good one. Pec massage. Doesn't usually do that. Protection. Now, isn't that interesting? Because we had a protection card out in the energy update today. Goddess has your back. Big bear behind you. Oh, the bear. Protective force, the bear. It's often, I see it as the masculine as well. That masculine protective energy. Interesting. Interesting because it just feels to me like today's cards with all of these new decks, it's telling us, it's kind of reiterating, or it's going deeper into the energy update today is what I'm thinking. You know, you're in a situation where your intuition is saying you need to walk away even though you love him because he needs to heal himself by himself. Yeah, let him do it. Because we can love, and that's okay. We're allowed to love, but we've got to recognize those that can love us, right? And there's who can love us? Well, they've got to have done the self-love thing first. We can't, as much as we convince ourselves that we're loving other people when we're being codependent, we're not. We've got to find that self-love first, and then we can truly love others. And when you find it in yourself, you realize it, and then you realize, oh, I wasn't really loving people before. I couldn't really do it cleanly before. We were loving people, but we couldn't really do it cleanly before. And it likewise for other people. And so we've got to be able to recognize the healthy ones that are doing the self-love thing. And when you're doing it yourself, it does start becoming more obvious. So protection here. Arta, or Artio Arthur, is the great she-bear mother goddess. She's fiercely protective of you, her child. Know that you're always safe under a watchful gaze. She's nurturing and gentle, but also powerful and strong woman. She is Ursa Major, the great she-bear in the night sky. Call on her now if you're in need of strength and resilience, or if you're emotional, spiritual, or if you are in emotional, spiritual, or physical discomfort. If you find yourself in a dark place, reach out for her. She knows every corner of your dark cave. Although it might be fraught with fear in the darkness, she may show you the power of your own inner strength. Her deep breathing. So for some, this moon energy, these shadows might be scary at the moment. Of what you don't know might be scary. Yeah, the unknown is scary. Her deep breathing may still your bat-winged panic. Bat-winged jumpers in the 80s. I used to have a purple one. It was really nice, I thought. She may show you the power of your own inner strength. Her deep breathing may still your bat-winged panic and fill you with deep inner peace. When you're ready to leave the cave, feel for her warmth. She may ask you if there's anything you would like to leave behind, and then she will lead you through the winding passages and out into the light. Her love will soothe and nurture your soul. She's always been with you and stands by you to get today. Her love is unwavering. When you find yourself in a challenging situation, when your heart is racing with fear, when you feel you just can't cope, remember she's right behind you, warm and strong. She nurtures you and guides you. Reach for her and she'll calm you, protect you, and fill you with her unconditional love. You know what I'm getting from this? This is us. This is us for ourselves. It's interesting that she's holding a baby there. See that as her inner child. She's the bear. So I'm getting from this that we've proved that we're really good at loving and nurturing. And as soon as we turn that on ourselves and do it for our own inner child and protect ourselves, and do all of those things that I just said for ourselves, very powerful. Sit quietly and close your eyes. Breathe in for a count of 2 and out for a count of 4. Repeat 3 times. Now imagine you're out for a winter walk. Oh no, it's bad enough when it's raining outside. Don't do winter. You look down and see a little bird in the snow. It's frightened and cold. You pick it up gently and hold it softly against your heart, keeping it warm. Your warmth and love restores its strength. You set it down and it gives you a look of thanks before ruffling its feathers and flying off. Hold on to this feeling of love and compassion and now apply it to yourself. See, told you. Apply it to yourself, holding your hands over your heart as you drink in this warm, maternal, goddess-gifted love. Sit with this feeling for as long as you like. Self-love behind everything. Protect ourselves. And the Lover's Oracle. I'm really looking forward to this one. So the Lover's Oracle. 45 heart-shaped guidance cards. Lots of reflections. Who's it by? Oh, Tony Carmine Solana. I recognize that name. Whether you're looking for love or searching for relationship answers, this beautifully crafted oracle is for you, featuring the inspired words and imagery of best-selling author and artist Tony Carmine Solana. How do I know her name? Have I got another one of her decks? This revised edition includes an instruction booklet, yay, we love that, with sample layouts. 45 heart-shaped cards offer guidance, support, and insight dedicated to lovers, both present and future, everywhere. Let's open it up. Lover's Oracle. It's a tight box. It's big. How to use the cards. We know how to use cards. Where's the book? Is that what they're calling a book? That's not a book. That's a piece of paper. That's not a book. Oh, this revised edition includes an instruction booklet with sample layouts. That's not a book. Oh, I got all excited about a book. That's a piece of paper. How to use the cards. Get out of here. Okay, so let's do this. So they've got pictures on the back and writing in the front or the back, whichever way you want to look at it. Valentine's deck. Oh no, how do I... Oh, tricky. Oh, kind of pretty. Matte look. Matte cardstock, which is better on camera than the shiny ones. Reflecty. Let's get some loving out. So I'm thinking of putting these here and not using Doreen anymore. Doreen. I'm so used to those Doreen Virtue cards now. I don't get on with them that well, but I can work with them. Anyway, let's give these a go. They are tough to shuffle. It's tricky. They're a funny shape. I wonder if I do it this way around, if it's better. Oh yeah, it's better that way around. Kind of. Is it ever going to flip one out? Chicken's on the table out there. Yes, we got one. We got two, in fact, I think. Yeah, two stuck together. This one is Sacred Union. Honor and treasure your relationship, for it's truly sacred. Beautiful. Nice. Someone honoring a relationship. And we set ourselves up for that as well, to be honored in relationship by honoring ourselves, right? It's not just about honoring the relationship. We can do that all we like. But if we're honoring ourselves and expecting respect in that way, we can set relationships up to be that, if they're going to be that. And secret admirer, someone has deeper feelings for you than they're letting on. So there's a lack of communication. As I said, that's what I was feeling, is that there's going to be something that happens today or around this time, because I said it in the energy update today, that makes you take notice, and it's like, they love me. There is either protection, because it's something that they do to step in and protect you, or to stand up for you, or there's just something, and that it's not a direct communication. Even though we did have the Eight of Wands out in the energy update, but still wasn't getting the direct communication from it. Little heart in the matrix with rose quartz crystal balls, like this one. Secret admirer, someone has deeper feelings for you than they're letting on, so they're not speaking it out. I want more. I like them. Who's this dude? Is that two or one? Smashed a glass yesterday. I think someone else has had it too. Who's that? Acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are. There's no point trying to change that which is beyond our control. Doesn't tell me who it is. Anyway, that didn't come out. I was just wondering who he was. Lots of rose quartz in these pictures. Lots of hearts, of course, and wings. Beautiful artwork. Let's get one more out. Shuffled. There we go. Well, they're sticking together, so we're having two. This is soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this, and they will manifest physically. I think there's more to it than that. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Could be with you emotionally as well. And this is a message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. Someone's thinking of you. And I feel like around this time we're going to realize that. Mine put a message on Facebook. He took a picture of himself and he put it on Facebook. And it was a message from me on it publicly. Put my name or anything like that. It's kind of cryptic. Oh no, Christine, how come you don't feel well? Overworking yourself. Yeah, feel better. And have a good day. I feel that this is about what I was saying in the energy update. You're going to realize that someone's thinking of you. It could be just someone steps in for you and backs you up, and you're like, oh, they could be very quick to step in and protect you or stand up for you. And it gives you, it just lets you know that they are thinking of you. They might be thinking of you more than you think. More than you think they do. Kind of nice. I like them. I like those cards. So that's my new decks. Yeah, I think I will use these. I think I'll use them instead of the romance. What does the romance angels have to say about this? About this being replaced. What do you have to say about it, romance angels? Chemistry, yeah, I've got chemistry within your cards. And healing family issues. And we'll see. I'll play with them more and I'll try and do some readings. She says to use these cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, a 4-card spread. That's what she suggests. Past, present, future, outcome. Simples. Or a 1-card reading to answer a question. Basic. Will my boyfriend and I get married? What's the long-term view of my relationship with John? Be specific if you're asking about someone. Okay, let's do it. What is the outcome of me and Mr. Handsome? The trouble is 2 cards are coming out because they're sticking together. So it's one of these. Wait. Don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you've shared with those you love. What does that mean? Till death do us part. I'll be taking them with me when I die. How is that an outcome? When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you've shared with those you love. Oh no, but more waiting. Great. You vote to replace them. Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. I'll just start incorporating them. Goddess. Let's get another goddess of love out, just because I want to. What else have we got here? Yeah, I don't like those cards really, those romance angels. They can be useful. I mean, it is useful. That codependency card is useful coming out. I probably will still use them. There are some good cards in there. Care, be gentle with yourself. Self-love. I bet they've all got an element of self-love behind these ones. This goddess love oracle. Be gentle with yourself. That's beautiful. Be gentle with yourself. Let's read her out. Protect yourself and be gentle with yourself. It's number 5. And then we'll leave it at that. Did I do everyone? Nikki sent me a donation for our last thing, but she's fallen asleep. Maybe she's dreaming about her answer. Care. Goddess comes to tell you to take care of yourself. She sees that you've been so busy doing that you've forgotten how to be. Oh, Christy needed to hear this. You've been spending so much time doing what you think will please others that you've forgotten how to please yourself. People pleasing. Remember that you're a human being, not a human doing. Today's Western world is so much about achievement and competition. It's easy to get swept up in the maelstrom of working towards goals and expectations. When you're in this state, your ego takes hold and bats you around like a bull. Your ego needs approval and validation from others, and you can feel only as good as someone else's opinion. Oh, well, that would suck. Goddess is here to say it's time to get off this roller coaster. She calls you to be still, to connect with her love within you, and to remember that her love for you is unconditional. It's not dependent on your achievements. She does not love you less if you didn't get that job, lose that weight, or burn that dinner. or if you paid the rent or paid that bill or not. Goddess cares for you whatever happens and longs for you to care for yourself too. She's here to guide you to that still place within yourself that's unaffected by whatever life brings. This inner stillness will bring you confidence and peace. It will make you impervious to storms and allow the spirit of caring and love to flow freely in your life. The practice is sit comfortably. Visualize being somewhere peaceful and quiet and wait for a visitor. This is the visualization where I always end up in that place, this place here. That's me in my special place. There's never a lobster there, but there's always a wolf there, which is interesting because, yes. It's my totem animal is a wolf, but it's also someone else's totem animal as well. Visualize being somewhere peaceful and quiet and wait for a visitor. This visitor represents a part of you that's wounded and needs care. When they arrive, let them introduce themselves. Invite them to sit with you and ask them what they need in order to be healed. Let them speak. This is your inner child, right? Listen with full attention. When they finish telling you their story, give them care and empathy. Allow them to stay just as they are, or perhaps they will take themselves off somewhere. This process of self-care can be very healing. However, some visitors may require a great deal of care and empathy to be healed, and this can take time and emotional strength. You may like to make space for a different visitor day by day. Until in time, no one will come and you'll have a sense of peace and completeness. That's important, right? Let your inner child tell you their story and just give them care and empathy. Allow them to just stay as they are. No need to fix them or to help them or any of that. Just let them be. Just listen. Put yourself a black tourmaline bracelet. Alligators. Snappy. You find them to be contradictory, usually aren't accurate. Yes. Same. Have you ever tried to do like a relationship reading with them? It's impossible. They're not good for that. They do. I can work with them though. They ain't good though. Anyway, so we'll start using these. I'll do it. I'll replace them right now. I'll keep these somewhere. They're kind of useful. To move you guys up because these are big. Very big. That looks better, doesn't it? So thanks everyone for coming along. I hope you enjoyed that unboxing there, the new cards. I'll be using them. And let's get to know the Book of Shadows Tarot here. I'll use them in Psychic Cafe. All of them, in fact. But especially those for the tarot. Because I can already work well with them. I'm already getting a lot from them. Dreams of spiders. Not in a good way. Is there a good way of dreaming of spiders? A friendly, helpful spider. Okay, that is the Book of Shadows Tarot. Very beautiful decks. So yeah, thanks everyone for coming along and for your support of my channel. Very much appreciated. Don't forget, join us in that in our Facebook group. You're very welcome in there. I'll put a link for it there, so you can all go to it now. Yeah, thanks for your presence, for joining in, and let's do this on Monday. Have a great weekend. I'll be putting up another pick a card read, which I'm going to record today. I'll put that up tomorrow night. So pick a card reads are now Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays instead of Tuesdays and Saturdays. And the daily reads, of course. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for all of your donations. I'll just have to do Nikki next time she's in for a final question. Bye. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next time.